Hey, welcome back, Buckeye Nation, to your Caribou Data Science channel. Today is, well, what is today? Today is September the 12th, 2021. Okay? So that means it's time, in addition to your daily COVID-19 numbers, it's also time for your weekly vaccine rollout report for our country, for our state of, the great state of Ohio. Okay? Of course, before we get beginning, we also need to remind ourselves of something very important, and that is back in February. Uh, Back in February of 2021, the governor's office came out and said, oops, we undercounted the deaths by, we've undercounted the deaths, COVID-19 deaths by close to 4,000. But rather than go back and correction to 2020 numbers, he took those 4,000, he added them on to February 11th, 12th, and 13th, which shows a huge, massive spike and then that was an artificial spike. In addition to that, they also at some point began skipping, only recording data as a whole 5 dates a week. The trouble is the 5 dates vary from week to week, which is complete, which is madness. Why would you want to do that for? So there's definitely some questionable practices in the way the state of Ohio is tracking COVID-19 cases and deaths. Okay. Of course, as far as the vaccines, you always need to remind ourselves what the purpose of the vaccine is. The first purpose is not to keep you from getting COVID-19. That's the first thing you have to understand. The vaccine is not designed to keep you from getting COVID-19. It is designed to reduce the severity of the disease, and by reducing the severity of the disease, the hope is that it will reduce the chances that you will die from COVID-19. But you also need to keep in mind the single biggest contributing factor to COVID-19 deaths is still age. Okay, I'm over age 67. I'm 67. That puts me in a higher risk group than someone who's 45, and someone who's 35, and so forth. Okay, but should you get vaccinated? Absolutely. The older you are, the more important it is to get vaccinated. There is not one single valid medical reason for not getting vaccinated. Okay, so let's take a look at Ohio's vaccine numbers. Okay, so the total number of vaccine administered is 23.6 doses. We come down here, we see that 6.2 million people have received a single dose, and 52.5 5.2 million people received a complete dosage treatment. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers here now. Because of the irregularities in the way Ohio's reporting COVID-19, we're now going to be focusing more on the trend of the numbers and also on weekly and monthly numbers also to account for the monkey business going on. Okay, now this here you can see the effect of the governor's office adding those three missing numbers, the 4,000 missing COVID-19 deaths from 2020, added on to February 11th, 12th, and 13th, completely dwarfing all the other numbers. So basically, what we do is we replace these three numbers. Okay, these three numbers with the average number of deaths for those 3 days, and it's probably a much closer balance. Okay. What about deaths? Well, what you can see here, this is a 7-day moving average. Okay. So you can see beginning of December we had a long declining pattern down to the middle of July. Now in the middle of July, the numbers are starting to climb back. Deaths are starting to climb back up. Now it's important to keep in mind that the underlying data here is that data is only being reported 5 days a week, beginning in March, or beginning at some point this year. The governor's office decided to stop recording data daily. That's interesting because you can actually see that. Look, see how these numbers are more smoother, but these are more jagged. Isn't it interesting? You can actually see it starting in March. Interesting. A few summary statistics. Okay, COVID-19 deaths by week. You can see the numbers here. By using the weekly numbers, we take care of the missing. We take care of the missing 2 days for the week. Okay. So here you go. COVID-19 deaths by week. COVID-19 cases. You can see again this increase up in cases. But you know what? You know what's interesting is, if I recall properly, they're still recording cases. Okay, 7 days a week. So why? How come they're not recording deaths 7 days a week? More shenanigans, I think, from the governor's office. Okay, so now you can see the higher deaths using what's called a lowest fitted curve. Nothing really surprising here. Cases by week. Does this trend look familiar here? All right. Anyway, thanks so much for your time, Buckeye Nation. Hey, don't forget to click that subscribe button, the like button, and most important, don't forget to click that share button. Share the Caribou Data Science channel and this video on your Facebook and your Twitter account today. You can also copy and paste the link to these into an email or text message and share them with your friends and family. Thanks so much for your time, Buckeye Nation. We'll catch you tomorrow with an updated report.